Hi, I'm Gozi Okure. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If today is your first time on my channel, you're highly welcome. In this channel, we discuss success based on the principles of God's Word. Please subscribe to my channel, and if you can click the like button, that would be awesome. Now, if you're my old subscriber, thank you so much for staying with me. Now, in today's video, we'll be discussing something very beautiful. Now, our theme for discussion today is on fruitfulness. Be fruitful. Be fruitful. That is the title of the video. Be fruitful. Now, fruitfulness. Be fruitful is the very first mandate that God gave to man after creation. He told man to be fruitful. Now, that he told man to be fruitful, that God told man to be fruitful means that we all have the ability to be fruitful. We all have the ability to produce success in this life. We have the ability to produce wealth, to produce success, to produce a good life, okay? A life of impact, a life of blessing, okay? Now, it is important to state that when God created man, he didn't have intentions that man will live outside of him, that man will live without him, without his help. Now, it is when we stay vitally connected to God that we are able to draw the virtues with which to be fruitful. Now, one day in my kitchen in Venezuela, I looked out, and of course there was this tree that was growing behind my kitchen, and it just dawned on me that the ability of those branches to be fruitful depended on the fact that they stayed attached to the tree. Should anything happen and they were detached from the tree, you will see that all the fruits will dry. So it is when we stay vitally connected with God that we draw the virtues, we draw the wisdom, the insight, the ideas to be fruitful. Okay, so it's so important that we stay vitally connected in order to be fruitful. Now, when it comes to the issue of fruitfulness, there are three important things we want to discuss in this video today. Now, the very first one is that the need to recognize the gift of God in you, the gift and the talents of God in you. The second one is to develop these gifts. And the third one is to deploy the gifts, okay? So we are going to look at each one of them in detail, starting with recognizing the gift of God in us. Now, it is obvious, the truth is that we are all born with gifts and talents. And inherent in these gifts and talents are the seeds to our greatness, are the seeds to our blessings. Now, each gift that is given to us, the gift and the talents that are given to us are God's deposits in us, with which we can impact our world, okay? With which we can impact and bless our world. They are all God's deposits. And every one of us have gifts. We have several of these gifts. Some are obvious, some are glaring, and some are, very subtle. And that's why we are talking about recognizing them. Now, there are some people who have many obvious gifts. And for such people, sometimes it's a challenge to know the particular gift to focus on so that they can use it to impact and to bless their world. But the thing is, no matter how many gifts you have or whether your gift is big or small, the most important thing is to recognize these gifts and to use them to impact your world, right? Good. Now, the second thing is to develop these gifts. You see, as important as petroleum, crude oil is, as important as crude oil is, if it's not refined into its component parts, they might not do us a lot of good, okay? That's how it is with our gifts. Our gift needs to be trained, right? Our gift needs to be polished. They need to be, refined before they can begin to open the doors of fruitfulness for us. It was Stephen King that said that talent is as common as table salt. He said that what differentiates the talented from the unsuccessful people is hard work, a lot of hard work. Now, when our talents are refined, when they are polished and refined, they now become skills. And it is when our talents are converted into skills that they open unto us the door to immense fruitfulness. Okay, so that is it. It's so important that we recognize our gifts and that we train or polish or refine the gifts, okay, so that they can be converted into skills and open unto us the door of fruitfulness, so that we can have the necessary money, the success we need to bless our world, right? Now, the last thing that we need to know about our gift is to deploy the gifts. Now, no matter how skilled the person is, if the person doesn't deploy his gift, he will still not be fruitful. Now, what do I mean by deploying this gift? It means adding action to the gift, to what you do, adding action to what you do, right? Now, in my last video, I quoted Dr. Steve Maraboli that said that action is the universal currency of success. That action is the universal currency of success, right? So no matter what we do, if we don't channel massive action into doing it, we will still not be fruitful. Now, growing up in my church several years ago, my pastor taught us that labor is elastic. Labor is elastic. By that he means that whatever, that work has a way of stretching to fill the amount of time given it. For instance, if you have a shirt to make in a week, it will take you 1 week to make it. But if you happen to have, 20 shirts to make in a week, you will still be able to make them. So it's so important that we know and appreciate that to be fruitful, we should make our time count. We should maximize our time, right? Because we live in a world that is full of distractions. We should try to avoid the distractions of the social media so that we can focus and do our work and become very fruitful so that we can bless our world. Now, another thing to, think about also is in doing your work, try to shun perfectionism. So many people want to be perfect in what they do, but perfection doesn't exist. The truth is that perfection doesn't exist, but I think it was Vince Lombardi that said that perfection is not attainable. So instead of focusing on perfection, Vince Lombardi says rather we should focus on pursuing, excellence. That when we do excellent jobs, it will open the doors of fruitfulness to us, okay? So I just want to encourage you to go ahead, discover the giftings, the deposits, the abilities of God that has been given to you, and train on them. If you need to train. There are so many online courses today that people can do to polish their gifts, okay? So if train on your gift, polish it, convert it into a skill, and then channel massive action in whatever it is you're doing. Avoid the distraction that is in the world today and do great work and attain fruitfulness and attain success. Create a lot of wealth and bless your world and fulfill the purpose of God for your life. Thank you so much for this beautiful video, for being a part of it. I encourage you once again to please subscribe to my channel if you've not done so. And if you can click the like button, it will encourage them to share and to show this video to a lot more people. I just want to appreciate you once again and to tell you that until I come your way next time, please keep being fruitful.